Well, good afternoon and welcome to Collegiate Sporting Complex. It's grand final time in the Illawarra Hardware Man Shield competition between the minor premiers and last year's premiers. The minor premiers, the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Last year's premiers, the Windang Sharks. Both teams have approached the field and will pause shortly for the national anthem. It's the pointy end of this competition. It's been a big season for both sides. The Western Suburbs side led by Shane Donoghue, undefeated through season 2018, and the Shellharbour Sharks trying to go back-to-back. One team will lift this trophy up in 70 minutes' time. Which side will it be? For all you Western Suburbs supporters, you hope it's you. For the Sharks supporters, you hope you will lift it up for the second year in a row. A big crowd here at Collegiate Sporting Complex to witness what is going to be an absolute ripper of a game as we all pause here for the national anthem. And a big national anthem there sung by both sides. The crowd jam-packed here at Collegiate Sporting Complex. The Western Suburbs boys all huddled up. They want to complete the fairy tale season of 2018. Start to finish undefeated and lift this trophy up at full time. A trophy that has eluded this Western Suburbs club. The last time they won a third grade competition was back in 1994. The coach for the Western Suburbs third grade side, Shane Donoghue, he's had a few attempts, don't get me wrong. 2012 he took over the side and made the semi-finals. 2015 they got beaten in the grand final. 2016 they got beaten in the grand final. 2017 they make the semi-finals. And 2018, can it be their year? The Shellharbour Sharks, well, they're looking to go back-to-back. Season 2017, what a year it was for them. A few years in the wilderness from lifting that trophy, and from all reports, it was a massive few days down at the Hamptons Hotel last year after they lifted that trophy. And I'm sure the Western Suburbs boys, they will party on for days back at West Lees Club if they get to lift this trophy up at full time. And as I said earlier, a trophy that's eluded them since 1994. Minor premiers, undefeated this season. Can they do it? Only time will tell. 35 minutes on the clock. The man in the middle, Dale Whiteman, to get us underway for the last time for his refereeing career as we see the Western Suburbs boys kick it off down to the Shellharbour Sharks. And a big defensive first tackle there from the boys with the red jumpers, led by the number 7, Darren Bartley. Look for Bartley to really steer this Western Suburbs side round the paddock. He is one of the veterans in this side. A man that has lingered with the club for a long time in between reserve grade and this third grade competition. One of the stalwarts of the third grade competition is Darren Bartley. As we see on tackle 3, Windang bringing out of their own area with their big front rower there. Approaching their 40-metre line. A sloppy play of the ball there. First up from Jackson Simmons. Simmons, who was instrumental in last year's grand final, A little bit of nerves there for his first carry to get up and play the ball, and a big opportunity first up here for Western Suburbs. They'll get to feed the scrum 35 metres out, and just looking at their big forward pack, they've been led up front all season by big Greg Buster Ray. Ray, a famous name throughout this Western Suburbs club, a stalwart in first grade throughout many, many years, come back into the third grade competition. He's been unstoppable in season 2018 as West shifted out to the right. Weatherill with the ball in hand. He's gone close to the 30-metre line as we see the back rower there for West take his first Hadaya of the day. Young Harrison Ray in at the number 9 jersey. Look for him. Very shifty around the ruck through season 28. He has been, as we see, West stacked to the left. Bartley, he dummies. Goes looking for Buckman, but it's a stray pass there from Bartley. And he'll pick up Brendan Woods out there on the left wing. So Woods picking up the scraps there from a wayward pass from Bartley. West gone back in that carry as we see Buster dummy and go himself. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Windang players finally bring him to the ground. On the last tackle. Out to Bartley. Bartley, quick hands onto Hadaya. Hadaya puts that on the boot, but it's well cleaned up there by the Windang fullback. And he's got speed to burn down the left-hand flank. There goes Kizzit. No one's going to catch him. He looks like he's just left the boxes at Wentworth Park, and he's gone bang. Try time for the Windang Sharks. They'll open the account here today. Jake Kinzit from go to woe. He just burnt them away. He'll open the account for Windang today. And with only 3 minutes gone on the clock, the Windang fullback, number 1, Jake Kinzit, comes up with a try. A try on grand final day. Few and far between for anyone that's played a lot of rugby league. Scoring tries on grand final day is gold, and to score one like that moments ago, the Western Suburbs Red Devils pressuring the Windang Sharks line. The kick from Hadaya, it wasn't too bad, but the clean-up work from Kinzit was even better, and he just put the afterburners on and went whooshka. So the Sharks strike first in the Shield Grand Final. And the Western Suburbs boys shocked. They got their heads down in the goal line. And let's just hope that all these memories of past grand finals where these boys have gone in, odds-on favourites aren't flowing back. There's still a lot of football to be played today, but Windang, they'll strike the first blow. And Kinzit attempting to convert his own try, but no. Sprays it just to the left and hits the upright. So the score, 4 minutes gone on the clock, and Windang lead Western Suburbs 4 points to 0. There's Cody Buckman placing the ball on tee. Buckman, the leading point scorer in this Shield competition for 2018. So we see a nice big deep kick down to Galistegi, and he'll off the ball to Simmons. So Simmons will get the first carry of the set. No mistake playing the ball this time from Simmons. So we see Buckley. He'll have his first carry for the day. Phil Buckley, the son of Scott Buckley, the coach. Those two, father and son combination from last season, lifting the trophy. Can they do it again? Another one of those players there, Joel Hansen, number 34 on his back, also been a stalwart of this Windang Sharks team. See Galistegi with the ball, puts it onto his left boot, splits winger and fullback. A nice kick there from Galistegi, rolling into the in-goal line. Buckman with the decision to make. Kick sits up, Buckman with work to do, but the chase, even better. And Windang, haven't they got wind in the sail early in this first half? A good kick there from Galistegi, but the chase even better, trapping young Cody Buckman in the in-goal line. So Western Suburbs backs to the wall early in this first half. And Buckman, I'm sure if he had his time over again, he'd have grabbed the ball instead of watching it try and go over the dead ball line. As we see West drop out, 40 on the fly. This drop out down the throat of Bevan Hodgson, the back rower, palm it on to Simmons, and Simmons met up in the grill early. And here we go. We've been awarded a penalty, the Windang Sharks, for a shoulder charge. So Dale Whiteman awarding Windang with a penalty. And we'll just touch on Dale while we've got a moment. Been a stalwart in this Illawarra refereeing ranks for many years. And Dale's going to hang up the whistle after this completion of the game. So Dale, for everyone here at Bar TV Sports, thank you very much for your contribution to the Illawarra League. As we see Corrin scoot out dummy half. Gallistegui onto Simmons, and Simmons is upended by Greg Ray and put on his back. Corrin go wide, a wayward pass. Kinsit, Hansen out to his winger. Try time again by the touch judge has got the flag up, so it's well spotted out there by the man with the flag, Mitch Bonney. And it looked like that Christian Cullenmore was over in the corner there, but flirting with the sideline. He's been pushed over. So the Western Suburbs Red Devils let off there. The Devils, they'll feed the scrum 10 metres out from their own try line. And Bartley fumbles that one, but referee Whiteman's said knock back, so they've gone back 5 metres. So Bartley, he'll play the ball 5 metres out from his try line. Strong carry first up there from the Western Suburbs centre in Luke Green. West shifting it right. Space. They're in the open. Wetherill onto Rodriguez. Rodriguez skips. He's run into a wall of defence, and he's eventually just kept in the field of play. So Gallistegui looking to push Rodriguez over the sideline. Hedaya over into the Windang Sharks territory. Ray at dummy half onto Greg Ray. Ball in one hand, fending him off with the other, looking to get that ball free, can't. Greg will play the ball 40 metres out. Hedaya to the air. Pressure for the first time for the Windang back three, and it's well taken there from Christian Cullenmore. So Cullenmore, he'll play the ball 5 metres out from his try line. Windang Sharks, most of their players still trying to get back on side. Windang attack the short through Hansen. He'll step off his right, back into the defence of the Western Suburbs players. Back to the open side, Windang. Work into the middle of the park. So Corrin just directing the traffic out there for the Sharks. Hodgson, good carry there, 15-metre carry. On the last, Gallistegui, he'll go to that left boot. Tries to split the fullback and the winger again, but goes straight to Buckman. So Buckman, open space in front of him. Beats one, beats two, but he can't beat Corrin. So good carry there by Cody Buckman, back onto his own 40-metre line. Pleading for a penalty was Hedaya, and those pleads have been heard by referee Whiteman. So West with a much-needed penalty. And they'll give the ball to their skipper for the day, Darren Bartley, to find touch. He'll kick to the eastern side of the field. A little bit of a breeze here today at Collegiate Sporting Complex. So Bartley just over halfway. He will find touch. So Bourneman to Ray. Ray's brought down over the 40-metre line. Quick play the ball. Donahue, dummies, goes himself. Wouldn't he love a try, the captain coach. Harrison Ray at dummy half. Short ball to Price. And Price bumps off one. Can't get past the second. So they've got stacked to the right here, West. Bartley begging for the ball. He gets it. Dummies, goes himself. Tries to split the defence, but he can't. Bumps off one. Gets the arm free. But comes up with the error. So the option there for Bartley onto his fellow co-skipper there and coach Shane Donahue. But Shane just coming up with a mistake. A little bit of white line fever there, maybe Kudge. He'd like to have his time over again and grab that ball with two hands. So the Sharks let off. They'll feed the scrum 10 metres out from their try line. And it's been a frantic pace the first 10 minutes of this Shield Grand Final. This game's gone from try line to try line. Hansen first carry from the scrum. He'll make 10 metres and a quick play the ball. Off the back end of that, a scoot from dummy half. From Tough. Tough will be brought down over his own 30-metre line. Another carry just up the middle of the paddock. So Windang's intentions, they want to work the middle through these bigger forwards. There's Hodgson. Hodgson over into Western Suburbs territory. Gallistegui onto the left boot. Short little kick, trying to chase his own kick. But Rodriguez mopping it up there. Gets past Gallistegui into open space. Tries to shrug off Hodgson, but he can't. So Rodriguez brought down. Hedaya acting half. Green with that bright white headgear. We won't miss him today. Bartley hits the open side through his back row and knobs. Bartley at acting half. Goes himself. Dummies. Not fooling anyone there, but gets the big arm free. On to Harrison Ray. So Ray, he'll make 10 metres with that carry. The second phase play there from Bartley. Bartley jumps into acting half. Bourneman, dummies, goes himself. On the last, Bourneman brought down. Harrison Ray at acting half. Bartley to the boot. Looking to put pressure on the back three from Windang. No pressure there, but well taken there from Alex Wasson. But even better was the chase. And a mistake has been found. So that kick chase there looked like Hedaya. Yes, it was Adam Hedaya there, chasing the kick of Bartley, forcing the error out from Wasson, who took that ball so well. But we've just found an error there, so another chance for Western Suburbs to cross the white stripe down the southern end as they'll feed the scrum 10 metres out from the Windang Sharks try line. 22 minutes still remaining in this first half. 4-0 to the Windang Sharks, courtesy of the Jake Kinson try. So we see the Devils on the attack. Big shift play left. Bourneman finds his winger in Brendan Woods. And an early try there for the Western Suburbs Red Devils. They'll strike back. 4-all. So a nice shift play there from the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Orchestrated there from the Western Suburbs number 7, Darren Bartley there. Worked the ball from the scrum. Counted the numbers. And Western Suburbs, they'll even up the score. So confirmation there, my mistake. Cody Buckman was the try scorer there for Western Suburbs, the leading point scorer in 2018. So Buckman adds to his account and he'll look to convert his own try. So Buckman, he'll add to, trying to attempt to add the 2, steps into this, looks good off the boot, and it's just sprayed across the front of the upright. So the scores will remain 4-all, 20 minutes remaining in the first half of the Illawarra Hardware Men's Shield Grand Final. And it's been a big effort from both sides in the first 15 minutes of this half. Played at such a frantic pace. So Kinsit to get it back underway. A wobbly boot into the arms of Rodriguez, who filled that on his goal line. He'll look to split the defence, but a good chase from the kickoff from the Windang Sharks. Rodriguez brought down on his 10-metre line. Bourneman, he'll have the second carry of the set. Harrison Ray looking both sides of the ruck. Opts to go to the left through Fancourt. So Fancourt bumps off Simmons. Again attacking that left side, Ray. Bartley, dummies on the inside, goes himself. And Bartley's brought down inches from the halfway line. 10 metres in from the eastern sideline. Back to the open side. Ray back inside to Harrison Ray. But he'll be brought down. Hedaya. He'll find the boot, split the fullback and the winger. So Hedaya chasing his own kick. Knobs as well. And a good kick chase there from the Western Suburbs Red Devils. No trap. Christian Cullymore. Down and Hanson trying to bump off the West defence, but he'll get the arm free. Second phase play there for Windang and a one-on-one strip. No, it's been a mistake that's been picked up from referee Dale Whiteman. So last time we seen an error and a scrum packed. West fed the scrum, and off that play we seen West score in the corner. Can we see it happen again? Windang Sharks making that mistake 20 metres out from their goal, from their try line. West will feed the scrum, centre of the paddock. Options left to right. Bartley, he'll go the left. Bournemouth steps round, trying to get round Hanson, but can't. Hanson wrestling in Bournemouth to the ground and eventually brings him down. Bournemouth slow to play the ball. Nobbs, Brendan Nobbs brings it back into the centre of the paddock, trying to get a quick play of the ball. Ray at acting half. Greg Ray dummies, goes himself. Sorry, that's Price. Set to the left, set to the right. West, which way will they go? Centre of the paddock. Harrison, Ray, opts to go to the right. Long ball from Bartley. And the 24-4 Wests brought to the ground there. Back to the open side. Hedaya. Bumps off one. Looking to get round the second, but can't. Slow to play the ball here. West lying all over them on the last tackle. Bartley, quick hands. Hedaya, he'll go to the boot. Kicks it across, looking for his chasers. Mistake there at the back from Windang. But it's been knocked back, so the Sharks stand up to the occasion defensively there to hold out the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Hanson coming in and helping out, always in his danger zone. Joel Hanson, one of the key features of his game. There's Tough with another strong run, bumps off one, up to the 30-metre line is Daniel Tough. Simmons, he's met front on. Three of the Western Suburbs players trying to wrestle Simmons to the ground. Stands in the tackle on the last. Galistegi onto that left boot. Puts it long. But Rodriguez, he'll fill that on the full. Broken defensive line in front of him, but he'll run straight into Hodgson and Galistegi. Buckman at acting half. Long ball to Bartley. Bartley finds Green. Green shrugs off one. Green brings it into the middle of the paddock, and he is upended there from Matt Jones. Price straight onto Galistegi. Bit of a size difference there, but he's been assisted there in the tackle with Hodgson and Jones. Fancourt. There's a strong carry there from McKee on the last. Bartley. He'll look to cross kick. Looking for his outside winger in Green, but it's just gone over the sideline. So the right option there from Darren Bartley, but just couldn't find the arms of Luke Green there. And we'll see that ball trickle over to the sideline. 15 minutes still remaining in this first half. Scores are locked up. Western Suburbs 4. Windang Sharks 4. Cody Buckman, the try scorer for West, and Jake Kinzett, the try scorer for the Windang Sharks. Scrum fed, but it's been called back by referee Dale Whiteman. Second attempt here to feed the scrum. Hanson standing off the scrum. He'll have the first carry. Hanson's met in a brick wall of red and blue jumpers. Centre of the paddock, he'll play the ball 15 metres out from his own try line. As we see Colgan onto the field. Windang going to the open. There's some direct play there from the Windang Sharks, and we've come up with an error there. As we see referee Dale Whiteman seeing a bit of a steal there from the Western Suburbs Red Devils. That was Stormy that had that carry. So another scrum will be fed. The Sharks, they'll feed it 10 metres shy of the halfway line in their own territory. They'll go to the open side from the scrum. There's Colgan met. Pushed back onto his 40-metre line. So penalty blown for the Western Suburbs against them. Offside, too eager. Trying to get up off that defensive line. And I'm sure he got a stern applaud from the Windang Sharks faithful here. As the cheers of get him on side we've heard since the whistle started us off. So we see time off here. The present moment, ball back on the field, time on. Hodgson. That's Bevan Hodgson. He'll be brought down 15 metres out from the try line. The Sharks, they haven't been down in West Territory for a while. They'll be looking to cross the stripe, and that's Colgan. 10 metres out, brought down, just to the left of the uprights. Set play, Stormy, up the middle. Stormy beats one, beats two, flicks it on. But he could not get over the sideline there. It was Ryan Hodgson brought down inches from the white stripe. Must be a blade of grass in it. Go on the short, Galastegui with the ball, flicks it out the back. Colgan. Tufts with the ball. Tuff brings it back infield. He'll be eventually brought down. So the West players at 6s and 7s here. As time off here, Rodriguez is down on the ground. Looks like he's succumbed to an injury. So a little bit of desperation play there from the Windang Sharks, throwing the ball around, bamboozling the Western Suburbs defensive line. So this will give both sides a bit of time to set. West, they'll set their defensive line, and the Sharks, can they pull off another trick play? It looked like Big Tane Storm was up through the middle and over, but he was just brought down. He got the ball free to Ryan Hodgson, the skipper, but he was brought down with a blade of grass between the ball and the try line. So we see Rodriguez to his feet. Good signs for Rodriguez and the Devils. It looks like the trainers will bring Rodriguez to the sideline. So Rodriguez brought off. Sam Oyston will replace Rodriguez on the right-hand flank. Time back on. Sharks set. Gone to the open. Kinsit. He'll bring Hansen back underneath him. So Hansen, he'll be brought down 10 metres out, centre of the paddock on the last tackle. Looks like Galastegui set to the left. It goes that way. Onto his left boot. Cross kick in play. Oyston up to the task on his first touch for the game. And did he jump from the field of play? He sure did. So a pinpoint kick there from Nathan Galastegui. And Sam Oyston taking that ball in the field of play and getting pushed back into the in-goal line. So another dropout for the Western Suburbs Red Devils. So the Sharks with another opportunity to post points on the board. So we see the dropout low, a worm burner. That's gone over 45 metres. Colgan tries to bump through the Western Suburbs defence, but he can't. Brought down 30 metres out. Cullimore scoots out a dummy half. Corrin acting half. There's Colgan again. Hasn't he been super busy since coming onto the field? He'll be eventually wrestled to the ground 10 metres out, and he earns his side a penalty, and a silly penalty given away there from McGee. So will they take the two here, or will they press on and attempt to post a try? They're going to take the two, so the call from Scott Buckley there. He's just poked his head out of the dugout for the first time today. So Scott, he was straight out the dugout there and telling his boys to take the 2. Could be a crucial 2 points. Here as we see the scores locked up, 4 points all. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. And if you're watching us at home through Bar TV Sports, I hope you are enjoying the broadcast. No one does it better than Bar TV Sports. As we see Kinzit attempt to kick the Windang Sharks in front. Kinzit, he tried to attempt the conversion of his own try after 3 minutes of play today, but was unsuccessful. Smacked it off the upright. This one a lot easier. As we see Kinzit just eyeing up this kick. Steps in. And just scraped in the left-hand upright, but nevertheless, doesn't matter if it scrapes in or goes over the dot. It all says 2 points on the scoreboard. And with 9.5 minutes remaining, the Windang Sharks 6, the Western Suburbs Red Devils 4. So Buckman places the ball on the tee. Gets us back underway with a nice deep kick down towards the corner post. And it's well taken there from Corrin. And Corrin, he'll palm it off to his big front row in Matt Jones. Cullimore. Second carry of the set, Cullimore. Nearly approaching his 20-metre line. Windang working the centre of the paddock again. That's Colgan with another hit up. Tireless since coming onto the field has Colgan. Buckley. Again, he'll work that angle. So it's a play that Windang have adopted here today. They really want to work their way up the middle and work off the back end of that. As Corrin kicks it out of acting half. Along the ground, but Buckman fields that. So Buckman forced to play the ball 35 metres out from his own try line. So we see Oyston absolutely flexed by Kinzit. A great tackle there. There's Kinzit again, 2 in a row for the Windang Sharks fullback. As we see Haynes brings the ball over into Windang Sharks territory. And that was a nice solid shot there. Matrevsky there gets poleaxed. There's Chris Haynes. So on the last tackle, Hedaya, he'll go to the sky, trying his luck. Pressure on the back too for the Sharks. Cullimore's let that one bounce, and he's eventually pushed it over the dead ball line. So it was a favourable bounce there for Hedaya from the kick. It looked like for all money it was going to bounce over the dead ball line, but it's taken a faithful turn for the Western Suburbs boys back into the field of play. And Cullimore had nothing else but to do. It's to bat it over the dead ball line. So with just under 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half, the Sharks will drop it back out to the Western Suburbs Red Devils, and wouldn't they love to post points before this break. 35-metre drop out there from the Windang Sharks. As we see a little bit of pinball action there from the Western Suburbs back rower. Bringing that ball back into the centre of the paddock was Oliveira. So to the right, they shift wests. Horsley brings it back to the middle of the paddock, wrestling his way, but stands in the tackle. Matrevsky at acting half. Gets past Simmons. He'll be forced to play the ball. 10 metres out, centre of the paddock. Chance here for the Devils. They'll go to the right. Bartley. They're all up on him today. They know how dangerous he is, Darren Bartley. So he'll play the ball 5 metres out. Chance for the Devils. Short ball to Ray. He's barging over. Screams around. Forces the ball down. Try time. Greg Buster Ray. And he's left a wake of Windang Sharks jumpers. The 2 metres out from the try line, there was 3 just sitting on their tails from the destruction that Greg Ray just caused. So Western Suburbs find themselves in front on the scoreboard for the first time today 8 points, 2-6. Western Suburbs take the lead. Kick to come. Cody Buckman with a much easier attempt here to add the 2 points. So Greg Ray been super destructive, as I mentioned earlier on in 2018. Club stalwart. Wouldn't he love to lift the premiership trophy come full time? And a couple more carries like that throughout the game. It'll go a long way to the Western Suburbs boys lifting this third grade premiership trophy for the first time since 1994. Buckman steps in, converts the Greg Ray try. So Cody Buckman successful with that attempt. He'll put the Devils 4 points in front of the Windang Sharks. So West 10, Windang 6. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this first half of the Illawarra Hardware Man Shield for season 2018. And the Sharks boys slow back to the middle to kick off. And they started the game so well. The Sharks come out of the blocks flying with an early try. Peppered the Western Suburbs Red Devils line. Multiple dropouts there from the Devils. But football, it's a cruel game. It's a game of inches. The Devils march their way down the paddock and big Greg Ray bursts over and scores. So Kinzit get us underway again, and he'll look to put this one over the sideline, and a bouncing kick there, but it's sat up for Oliveira, who'll bring it in from the sideline. Nearly centre of the paddock, 20 metres out from his own goal line. Matrevsky onto Horsley. Horsley bumping away through the defensive line. He was brought down. Matrevsky sees one marker, goes himself. Haynes has come with an error. A one-on-one tackle there from Tough, but a big high shot there from Haynes, and they've all come together. The bookends. Matt Jones, he doesn't like what happened there to Tough, his teammate. He's come in. He'll let Haynes know that's not on. And Haynes, he'll be called out by referee Dale Whiteman. So he came up with the error, Haynes. It was a loose and sloppy carry there, a one-on-one strip there from Daniel Tough. But Haynes didn't like it, so he had to put one round the chops of Tough. And Matt Jones came in to assist his back rower. And just like that, the Windang Sharks back on the attack. They'll get a fresh set of 6 tackles, 25 metres out from the Devils' try line. So 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Wouldn't a try be interesting here to go into the half-time break for both sides? As we see back-to-back penalties awarded to the Sharks. So holding the boot there of the Sharks player in Daniel Tough. So Tough, he'll put it on the boot and go himself. He'll make 10 metres. The Sharks on the attack. Wind in the sail. There's Jones. He'll crab back across to the centre of the paddock, where they like to be, the Sharks. 5 metres out. Corin, dummies, goes to Gallistegui. Gallistegui to Hansen. There's a gap there for Hansen. He just can't find the try line. Inches from the try line. Joel Hansen will play the ball. Corin steps. He'll be brought down. Cullimore at acting half. Kinzit. Short ball to Buckley. Can he stretch out? No. 2 metres shy is Buckley. On the last, Dale Whiteman puts the hand up. They'll go to the left. Gallistegui. That lethal left boot. Will he go to it? No. Crabs are back to the open side. They've got numbers. Stormy to Hansen. And Joel Hansen will cross in the corner. The Windang Sharks hit back. That's what they needed just before the half-time break. They are back in this game. They'll level up the score. 10-all. Windang Sharks and the Western Suburbs Red Devils. And on the back of back-to-back penalties, a little bit of ill discipline there from the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Gallistegui, that man, orchestrated everything there on the last. He was cramped up on the short. He crabbed crossfield, found numbers, and it went through the back line there. And a big effort there from Tane Storm, the big front rower there. Draw and pass and found the veteran Joel Hansen. Hanson's still work to do. Crashed over in the corner. So as we see the time tick into the last minute of the first half, the Windang Sharks level up 10-all. And a big kick in the concept of the game here too. Jake Kensett. A successful one will send his side into the halftime break, leading by 2. It's going to be a tough ask for the Windang Sharks. Number 1 on his non-favoured side in these windy conditions here at the Collegiate Sporting Complex. The picturesque surface that the boys are playing on today. It's seen a lot of traffic here throughout the last few weeks, but the ground has held up enormous. As we see Kensett just shaping up this kick, as we see the full-time siren about to blow. Kensett steps in, looks good off the boot, but it's just sailed to the left-hand side of the upright. So the halftime siren has been sounded here at Collegiate Sporting Complex in a ripper of a first half in this Illawarra Hardware Men's Shield. Both sides will go into the sheds locked up, 10 points apiece. We'll be back shortly for all the second half action. Well, welcome back to the second half of the Illawarra Hardware Man Shield Grand Final. This is Johnny Pett calling all the action for Bar TV Sports. Western Suburbs and Windang, the minor premiers v last year's premiers. 35 minutes remaining in this blockbuster of a battle. Who will lift the trophy at full time? 35 minutes, we will find out. We went into the break at 10-all. Tries to Greg Ray and Cody Buckman for Western Suburbs. The Windang scorers were Jake Kinzit and Joel Hansen. It was a massive first 35 minutes of rugby league. It was a seesawing event. As we see, Windang came out of the blocks early to post the first try. West hit back. Then West scored again, and then late in that second half, Windang crossed over to send us all squared up at the break. As we see, referee Dale Whiteman about to blow the whistle. The last time this stalwart of Illawarra refereeing will blow the whistle for a halftime break. As we see, we are back underway. And a wobbly kick on the boot. Fielded from Hidayah, who's pushed that one back to his Western Suburbs winger to field the ball. 5 metres out from the try line. Greg Ray with the first hit up of this second stanza. West pushed to the open side. So they'll eventually play the ball 25 metres out, centre of the paddock. Price. So the two bookends for Wests in Price and Ray were enormous in that first half. Bartley looking for a 40-20. It's looking good off the boot, but it's just come up short. So a touch finder there from Bartley attempting for an early 40-20. He'll be caught 5 metres short there with the ball finding touch 25 metres out from the Sharks try line. So a good set there first up from Western Suburbs. Worked their way out from 5 metres out from the goal line. Finished off with a Bartley kick and a touch finder. Windang, they'll feed the scrum 25 metres out from the try line. And Hansen standing out of the scrum. He'll get the first carry of the set. Been very impressive again, has Joel Hansen, one of the veterans of this Windang Sharks outfit. And I'm sure he's on the tail end of his career and would love to lift the trophy at full time. Colgan, he was probably one of my picks for the Windang Sharks in that first half. Explosive off the bench and metres made every time he had the ball. Simmons back off the grain. Backing his way over the 40-metre line. He'll be told to play the ball 40 metres out from the try line. Corrin scoots out a dummy half and picks up his back rower on the last. 25 metres out. Gallistegui, he'll go to that left boot. And a big bomb putting pressure on Buckman. And Buckman takes it in the infield of play. Skips out past the chase of Cullimore. And eventually brought down 15 metres out from a try line. So a good take there from Buckman at the rear. There's Green. Green's told to play the ball 20 metres out. Harrison Ray at acting half. Hidayah. Sorry, that's Wetherill. He was impressive on the right-hand side in that first half. Vancourt busting up through the middle. Centre of the paddock brought down. Ray. Price. Looking to get that arm free and offload. Can't. Brought down on the last. It was a quick play the ball. Harrison Ray to Bartley. Bartley's got numbers. Hidayah puts it on the boot. But it finds Kinzit there at fullback. And an attempted one-on-one strip there from Bartley, but he can't get the ball out of Kinzit's hands. So referee Dale Whiteman puts that fist in the air and waves 6 again. And a big front-on tackle there from Hidayah. So the Western Suburbs Red Devils showing their attention for the second stanza in defence, really muscling up early. And a good shot there from Fancourt. Colgan, he's brought down. So West still trying to get out of their own 40-metre line. Gallistegui put it to boot. He'll be looking for a deep kick. Straight down the throat of Buckman, who positioned very, very well. And Gallistegui chases his own kick superbly. Brings down Buckman on the 40-metre line. So West nearly up to the halfway line in the first two tackles of the set. Ray bumps off one, gets the arm free. Back to Harrison Ray. Bourneman bumps off one, bumps off two, flirting with the sideline, in open space, there goes Chris Bourneman, try time for the Western Suburbs Red Devils, and it was all one-on-one work there from Bourneman. Go back to that player, Buster Ray, getting that arm free. A bit of hot potato football there from the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Chris Bourneman bumped off a few, had work to do, flirted with that sideline, come up trumps and scores the opening try of the second half. And Western Suburbs go back in front, 14 points to 10. We've seen in that first half, Windang score early. Now West have scored early in the second half. So Buckman here attempting to put his side a converted try in front on the favoured side, but about 5 metres in from the sideline. Cody Buckman will attempt to add the extras. And could that be the boot of confidence that West need to really kick on here? Only time will tell. A shocked Windang Sharks side heads down in the in-goal line. And it was a play out of nothing, really. As we see Buckman sizing this attempt up. Steps in. And it's sprayed across the front of the uprights. So the scores will remain the same. Western Suburbs 14, Windang 10. 29 minutes remaining in this Illawarra Hardware Man Shield Grand Final. Kinzer with a short, high kick, putting pressure on Hedaya, but it's well fielded there. From Hedaya, who'll be brought to the ground 25 metres out from his try line, 20 metres in from the eastern touchline. We see Price working it back to the centre of the paddock. Slow to his feet, Harrison Ray at acting half. Wetherill, brought down by two of the Sharks players. Back to the open side, go the Devils. Fancourt over into Sharks territory. Looks like a drop ball there. Yes, it is. Referee Dale Whiteman has come up with that mistake as we see the Sharks, Blake Colgan, just letting the Western Suburbs player know that he did make a mistake. So a lot of feeling out here in the middle. Grand final day. The pointy end of the competition. Joel Hanson with the first carry of the Sharks set. They'll make their way over into Western Suburbs territory. Colgan again. Bumps off one. Can't get past the second effort. So a big run there from Colgan. Gets the Sharks on the front foot. Simmons. They've worked well together in pairs a few times today. Colgan up, then we see Simmons, and a sloppy play the ball from Simmons. They're getting to his feet, so the commentators curse there. I've given Simmons a rap and he's come up with the error. So the Sharks letting that one slip there. And the Devils, they'll get to feed the scrum 20 metres out from their try line. It's Bartley getting called back by referee Dale Whiteman to feed the scrum again. Wetherill steps around one, can't get past the second. Trying to fend past Buckley, but eventually brought to the ground by Hodson. Trying to get to his feet for a quick play the ball. Hedaya at acting half. Price. There's the first carry. Bartley marching his troops there on the left. Harrison Ray goes short, looked forward, looked very forward, and it was picked up by the touchies there. So Harrison Ray very eager there to get that ball free, and I think it was Adam Hedaya just overrunning that play. So their own worst enemies at times throughout the years have been the Western Suburbs Red Devils in this competition. As we've touched on in the pre-game, the bridesmaids of this competition for so many years. You see Bartley up in the grill there of Cullimore and put him into the ground. Bourneman, the try scorer. Front on defence there. Corin out acting half. Stormy bumps off one, bumps off two, bumps off three. Still going Stormy, and a big run there. Brings it to the centre of the paddock, 30 metres out from the try line. Corin, Galistegi with a long ball to Tough, who's fielded that very well. Looking to get the arm free. Flips it out the back, but it looks like an error there from Kinsit when Tough put it out the back, and it is, and referee Dale Whiteman has come up with the error. So a little bit of a stop-start, 10 minutes of this second half from both sides. As we see Shane Donahue on the sideline here, looking to come onto the paddock. So as soon as this scrum's fed and won, Shane will come onto the field probably for the last 25 minutes of this game. The coach, the skipper, wouldn't he love the grand final? That one that has eluded him for so many years. So we see a big defensive effort there from the Sharks, forcing the Devils back there with momentum. Ray at acting half to Green. Green comes back off the grain a little bit there, steps back inside. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Greg Ray trying to bump off Simmons as he's been awarded a penalty there. So the Windang Sharks too eager in defence there. Just marching up the paddock too quick. So Bartley will find touch, and a good touch finder there from the veteran Darren Bartley. He'll put that one to touch 40 metres out from the Sharks try line. And Bourneman, he'll tap and go. Trying to get past Stormy, but he can't. Brought down to the ground. So Buckman in at acting half. He'll look for a scoot, but he'll find Donahue. He'll take his first carry since coming back onto the field. The coach, he's brought down. Centre of the paddock. Harrison Ray at acting half. Open to Price. Dummies. Tries to get past Simmons, but he can't. Still going. Hodgson trying to bring him to the ground. So Price pumping those big legs and eventually brought down 5 metres out. But we've got to stop in play there. It looks like Ryan Hodgson has been brought to the ground. He looks like he is in a wealth of pain there. Flagged up to the trainer to come straight on. Not too sure what the injury is. He got up to his feet and went straight back down. It looked like he was clutching around that groin region. So this will set both sides, just give them a well-earned break as the clock stopped bang on 23 minutes remaining in this second half of the Shield Grand Final. Sponsored there by the Illawarra, by the Hardware Man. We see it looks like Ryan Hodgson looks all right, back into the defensive line. So the Sharks, they'll set defensively. And just looking over the Devils' attacking set, they've got plays set left to right. Which way will they go? They'll go to the right. Bring big Buster Ray back underneath him. So Ray etching his way down the paddock, brought up 3 metres short of the try line, centre of the paddock. Ray, Bartley, quick hands. That's Hedaya, is it? Looked like Adam Hedaya's crossed, and he has. So the Western Suburbs Red Devils crossed the line. It was great hands there from Bartley, and it looks like it's on. Both teams clashing together there after the try had been scored. So tempers are flaring on the paddock. So we see referee Dale Whiteman about to blow the pee out of that whistle, trying to separate these two teams. And it's spilled over to another little ruckus. So the skipper, Shane Donahue, he doesn't want to bar it. He's just saying, hey, boys, let's get back onto the footy field here. Let's play footy. as we see the finally broken up. So the fight's finished. The try has been awarded. As we see the referee and the touch judges just having a talk to each other. We'll try and listen in. See the referee Dale Whiteman having a chat to two of the Windang Sharks players as we see the West boys huddled up back on the halfway line. So referee Dale Whiteman having a chat with the Western Suburbs skipper. So the scoreboard has eventually ticked over as we see time back on. So both skippers from both sides being spoken to. Western Suburbs extend their lead 18 points to 10, just over 20 minutes remaining. We see Buckman placing the ball on the tee, attempting to add the extras and put his side 10 points in front. Buckman steps in and unsuccessful again. So a very rare day for Cody Buckman. Usually pinpoint with the boot. Today, the pressure of grand final day, not so. So West, 8-point lead. West 18, Windang 10, 20 minutes remaining in this grand final of the Illawarra Hardware Shield competition. The minor premiers undefeated through season 2018, 8 points in front. So we see a kickoff to the West boys and Price bends his back off the fence and a massive big run. What a carry first up from Todd Price. The Spinnakers up, the wind's in the sail for the Devils. There's his front row partner in, Greg Ray. Muscling his way down the paddock. Plays the ball on the 40-metre line. Donahue, the captain coach, bumps out of the tackle of Simmons. Manhandled by Stormy and gives the penalty away. And the coach just gives Stormy a little bit of a pat on the back saying thank you for the penalty. So Bartley, he'll have the ball. Attempt to kick for touch, but he'll tap and go. There's McGee. So a big important set for Windang here. They really need to hold out the Devils. This could break the Camel's back here if the Devils post points again. 30 metres out the Devils. Harrison Ray at acting half. Bartley, short ball. Nobbs, he's brought down from Corrin in a great tackle, but another penalty there for a shoulder charge. So Joel Hansen has been spotted out there from referee Dale Whiteman. So back-to-back penalties here for the Devils. How much pressure can the Sharks withhold as we see Ray with a big carry? He'll play the ball 15 metres out from the try line, centre of the paddock. Matrevsky at acting half. Bartley, dummies. Dummy goes himself. He's got space in front of him. Bartley stretches out. Has he put the ball down? I think he has. The veteran, Darren Bartley. And yes, he scores. There it is. So the man with the C next to his name for the day and the 7 on his back, Darren Bartley. Dummies goes himself. And I tell you what, if it was another metre along that try line, he wouldn't have got there. Those old legs just got him over. And he slammed the ball down. Well deserved there for the veteran Darren Bartley. West extend their lead, 22 points, 2-10 with 18 minutes remaining. And I tell you what, it's looking like Western Suburbs will break the hoodoo. So the West boys all slapping each other on the bum. They're excited. They know they're only 17 minutes away from victory. And I tell you what, they will party for days if they win this. They've had a lot of Mad Mondays over the years. Let's say sad Mad Mondays over the last few years. As we said, Coogee took over this team in 2012. He's been beaten in the grand final twice, semis twice, and 2018 is it his year. So Bartley, he's been given the kicking duties. He'll knock it over. He'll convert his own try. So the score, 24-10. As the Sharks bring the ball back to the halfway line. They look like they've got their heads down. Will we see a short kickoff here? So Kinsert's the man to put the ball on the tee, and it is a short kickoff. Looking to regain, and Tough regains it. Smart work there from the Sharks. Galistegi at acting half. Hodgson. That's Bevan Hodgson. He's eventually brought to the ground. 25 metres out, centre of the paddock. Chance for the Sharks to hit back on the scoreboard. Mather. Corrin. Galistegi fumbles, knocked back. Kinsert. But Hadea's all over Kinsert once he picked up the scraps there at the back. Tough at acting half. He'll step out, dummy, go himself. Bumps off Hadea. Tries to, dummies, keeps going, Tough. Kneeing his way down the paddock. Scabbing a few extra inches there on the last tackle. Hodgson, crossfield to Galistegi. Onto that left boot, Galistegi puts this one into the in-goal line. Work to do for the Western Suburbs winger, Sam Oyston, but he brings it back into the field of play. Good work there from the youngster. So Wetherill with the first carry there of the set. Sorry, that's Adam Hadea with the ball. Here's Wetherill with the second carry. Monstered there from the Windang Sharks defence. Pushed back there. So they've only gone about 2 metres here in these two plays. Bournemouth, strong run. Bournemouth in open space. He's over the 30. And Bournemouth eventually brought down from Brilski. Slow to get up to his feet there. Bartley. Got numbers. Use Hadea. Back to Bartley. Bartley in open space. Fends away from Hodgson. Arm free. Looking for support. But he's brought down on the last, and it'll be a change over there. So they won't mind that too much, the Western Suburbs players. Soak up a few more seconds on that clock that is in favour of them. 14 and a half minutes remaining on the scoreboard. Western Suburbs 24. The Windang Sharks 10. There's Joel Hansen. Strong carry, but he's met front on there from the Western Suburbs defence. Just shy of the halfway line. Hansen struggling to play the ball, get up to his feet. Corrin, he'll go the open side. Mather. And a big front-on defensive shot there from the Devils. Even though they're in front on the scoreboard, they want to stamp their authority still on this match. And Stormy comes up with the error. And Corrin tries to pick up the scraps there, but Stormy with the error. So not the ideal play that the Sharks were hoping for. They made their way into Western Suburbs territory. They've just come up with a crucial error at a crucial time as the clock's ticking away here, and it's West leading by 14. Hadea will feed the scrum. Galistegi monsters him from the scrum base. Slow to get to the ball there, and Buckman with the ball in hand. Picks up the scraps up the back. So Buckman's monstered there from the Sharks players. We see the touch judge, Mitch Bonney. He's seen something he didn't like, so he'll come onto the field here. And I think we might have a bit of frustration starting to set in here for the Windang Sharks. a side that's been very, very questioned throughout 2018 with their discipline. A very talented side, but at times discipline has let them down throughout the season. We see the skipper, Ryan Hodgson, brought to the centre to have a chat with the referee and the touch judge. We'll just listen in to what they've both got to say. So another effort there with the shoulder. A penalty awarded to the Western Suburbs Red Devils. And Bartley will find touch. So West with a fresh set, 45 metres out from the Sharks try line, and Ray with the first carry, and a strong carry it was. Matrevsky at acting half. To Bartley. Bartley, quick hands to Nobbs. Nobbs is upended. Centre of the paddock, trying to get to his feet. Matrevsky at acting half. So the Devils on the attack, 15 metres out. Options left to right for Matrevsky. Which way will he go? He'll go himself. Sees one marker. Dummies, goes himself. Steps. Brought to the ground. 8 metres out. Bartley at acting half. Marshalling his troops. Dummies, goes himself. Finds Hedaya. Hedaya's in some space. Trying to get that arm free. Gets it free to Wetherill. But a pass has been called forward there from referee Dale Whiteman. So entertaining football there from the Western Suburbs Red Devils. But that last pass execution being found to have gone forward. So the Sharks withstood the pressure again. So we see them trying to bring the ball out of their own area through Gallistegui. He's brought to the ground. He's been told to move back and play the ball on the spot by referee Dale Whiteman. So Joel Hanson, he'll have a carry. As I touched on earlier, Joel Hanson not afraid to get in there in his own red zone and help out his forwards. Cullimore. Again, back to the open side. Through Simmons are the Sharks. They'll bring it to the centre of the paddock. Trying to get to his feet quick, Simmons to play the ball. Corrin out of acting half. Gallistegui. They've been all over Nathan Gallistegui today on the last. Kinzit with a sidewinder of a kick. Ends up in the hands of Oliveira. So Oliveira, he'll play the ball on the halfway line. So West in good field position. Horsley, upended in the tackle, gets the arm free. Hedaya to Bartley. And Bartley to Oliveira again, who fumbles it, but on the second attempt, grasps the ball. He'll be told to play. Bartley at acting half. So West on the attack. 20 metres out. Buckman. Buckman at acting half. Bartley at first receiver. Ray, wrap around. Old school move there to Bartley. Hedaya, they got hands. Wetherill. So Wetherill has come up with an error there. It's been knocked forward. So we'll just wait from the call from referee Dale Whiteman. As we see, we've found a bit of a double knock on there. So West, they'll feed the scrum 10 metres out from the Windang Sharks try line. Score 24-10 in favour of the minor premiers, the undefeated minor premiers. 9.5 minutes remaining. And they're from the base of the scrums, Horsley. So Horsley, 5 metres out. Matrevsky, Ray, he's looking for a double. The big fella gets the arm free to Bartley. Bartley's got 2. There you go. That's the game. Darren Bartley gets 2. And it was all big Greg Ray there. Just muscling his way close to the line and got that arm free and sniffing around as he always does. Darren Bartley gets the scraps there and earns himself a double for the day. A well-deserved double for Darren Bartley. And it looks like a well-deserved premiership coming the way of the Western Suburbs Red Devils. They'll go out to a big lead, 28 points to 10. Kick remaining, 8.5 minutes to go on the clock. We see Bartley try to attempt the conversion and add to his score. You see Bartley converted the last try. That was his. Can he have 2 tries and convert 2 tries, the veteran? Steps in. Successful. So Bartley 2 from 2 with the boot. And 2 tries for the day. We see Kinzert bringing the ball back to get us underway. A short kick-off again that was successful last time, and it is again. They've found the sideline here. So the kick from Kinzert rolling over the sideline. The Windang Sharks, they'll get the ball back. They'll feed the scrum 35 metres out from the Western Suburbs Red Devils try line. We see Gallistegui to feed the scrum. Collymore. So the Sharks there bunched up around the ball. G acting half. Kinzert. Jones. G at acting half. Kinzert. Dummies, finds a gap, goes himself. Quick play the ball there from Kinzert, and off the back of that, G. Good metres there. Stormy. Collymore. Long ball. So the Sharks on the last, 6 metres out, centre of the paddock. Collymore puts it on the boot, chasing his own kick, but it's well fielded there from Green. But a good kick chase there from the Sharks, but Green, great work there, bringing it into the field of play. And off the back end of that, Hedaya with a scoot from acting half. He'll be brought down 8 metres out from his own try line. Oliveira, met front on there from Hanson. Looked high, but not called. Harrison Ray at acting half. Haynes. Haynes trying to attempt for a quick play the ball, but he can't. Ray, Bartley, he'll put it to the boot. Touched it. While kicking, it's going to end up in the hands of the West players. But a little bit of miscommunication there. It's come up with Gallistegui. Gallistegui's into broken space. He's over the 30-metre line. Brought down by Haynes. So an entertaining little passage of play there from both sides. Windang to the open. Hodgson. Brilski. Brilski's eventually brought to the ground. 12 metres out, the Sharks. They'd love a consolation try. Hodgson. He's wrapped up round the bootlaces by the captain coach. To the open, Collymore. Dummies, puts it on the boot. Didn't tell anyone that was happening. No chasers. Easy work for Luke Green to bring it out of his own area. So a miscommunication there from the Sharks. Collymore, he knew what he was doing, but no one else did. So West, they'll spread it over across the paddock with Knobs brought to the ground. Numbers to the right, the Devils have. Wetherill, dummies, goose steps, fends off Hodgson. Back into the field, into the middle of the field, Horsley. Horsley with the arm free, looking for some runners. Can't find any. He's been brought to ground. Looking lame to get up and play this ball is Horsley, but he will eventually. To the open side, Hedaya. Ray. Met front on, gets the arm free to Bartley. Bartley Back to Buckman. Buckman brought to the ground. That's 4 tackles gone. Harrison Ray to the open side. To the coach. The coach bumps off one. He's absolutely hammered to the ground there by 3 of the Windang Sharks players. Harrison Ray goes to the short side. Hedaya puts it to boot. Straight down the throat of Collymore. But he's misjudged that one. Eventually gets the ball with a wall of red jumpers in front of him. And a penalty blown to the Sharks. So we see a little bit of push and shove going on in the background. No love lost between these two sides. All players there brought together in the middle. As we see a little bit of wriggling there. So the Windang Sharks number 2, Wakarira. He's been brought by his teammates, pushed away from the action. The fiery winger, thus he is. So time off here, called by referee Dale Whiteman with 3 minutes remaining in this grand final. Western Suburbs 30, the Windang Sharks 10. So we see the skipper brought to the centre, have a chat with the referee and also the winger. So we'll just listen in. And he's been marched for 10, so Dale Whiteman has given Quinton Wakira 10 minutes in the bin, and I tell you what, it must be a very, very happy decision because the crowd are absolutely thrilled with the result. And this poor fella's getting booed from the paddock. So I'm not sure why this is happening or the history involved there, but something has happened previously for this crowd to react like this. As we see tension building, as we see the player being brought from the sideline, having a word to the Western Suburbs bench, and he's into the supporters. Oh, wow, I'm sure that the referee and the league will have a good look at this. He's still carrying on. Oh, well, let's get back to the football. This has taken the shine off an entertaining game of rugby league. Nevertheless, the smiles, the Western Suburbs players grinning from ear to ear. Dale Whiteman sending Quinton Wakira for 10. That'll be the last time referee Dale Whiteman marches someone for 10. As we said, his last game acting as a referee. A fine whistleblower Dale has been throughout his extinguished career. Oh, what contact! Now we've got Furlan in this game. What a shot there. Let's see the next one. And the coach, he wants a bit of the action. Shane Donahue tries to muscle up on Joel Hanson. So 2.5 minutes remaining. I'm sure we're in for some big highlight hits. Oh, and the ball's gone out to the back. So the West boys putting pressure on the Sharks. Galistegi, he'll just try and settle this, put it to the boot. Chasing his own kick. No one at home there at fullback, but Buckman goes back and fields the ball. As we see the Windang players still 40 metres away from the defensive line. The Devils looking to spread the ball wide. So Greg Ray taking a scoot out of dummy half. Well, I'm not too sure how often he has done that. But anything that man can do, he's done it all throughout his career. And such an outstanding career he has had with the West Jersey Honours. Bartley kicks his side out of trouble, looking for a 40-20. Just not enough angle on that kick, but it's going to be a pearler of a kick, and it's a great kick chase there from Bartley, but he just gets pushed off there from Collymore. But the rest of his teammates come and bring down Collymore 10 metres out from the try line. And we're into the last minute of this grand final. The look down to both benches and the West players standing on their feet, ready to run out. and accept this grand final trophy, the Shield Grand Final trophy. It's eluded this club since 1994. Well, that's all over for them. 2018 is their year. It's been all about them in 2018. The undefeated minor premiers. So we see Gallistegui put it to boot and Buckman position well and takes that one on the full. So we see a Green looking for a space between Hansen, but he's absolutely been cleaned up there from Kinzit. Well, as we see that clashing together again, both sides, we see the clock tick away. So a bit of a sad end to this game. Couple of cheeky shots. But we will call full time here very shortly. And I'm sure that the Devils will be awarded a penalty. We see referee Dale Whiteman just having a chat to both teams. High shot there. And Bartley kicks it in to touch. Full-time whistle has been blown. The boys think they're still playing, but the referee, Dale Whiteman, has blown the full-time whistle. The Western Suburbs Red Devils, premiership winners in season 2018. It's been a big year for the men wearing the red, blue and white jumper. Minor premiers in 2018, undefeated throughout the year. And it's a trophy, as we've touched on a few times throughout this broadcast, that's eluded them. 1994 was the last time that Western Suburbs lifted this third grade trophy. To Shane, Kudge, all the Western Suburbs boys, it's been a big effort to go undefeated in 2018. And for Kudge, will he coach next year? Will he won't? Well, I'll tell you what, speaking with him over this season, all he wanted to do was win this trophy. It's something that has eluded him and this side. They've held it up today. They will hold this trophy up in moments to the Windang Sharks. They look to go back-to-back in season 2018. No team has gone back-to-back for quite a few years in this competition. They finished the competition on third place this season. They knocked out Norths in week one of the semis, then knocked out Mount Kembla in week two. They made their way to the big dance, but were outclassed here in a 30-10 win to the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Well, that's all she wrote in the Illawarra Hardware Man Shield competition for 2018. It's been a great year with some great results and a lot of great football. It's been a pleasure to call the grand final. This is Johnny Pett for Bar TV Sports, signing out for 2018. You have witnessed a great Shield grand final. Hope to see you all in season 2019.
First of all, I'd like to thank Windang for the game today. I watched you boys play last week and showed how you guys encouraged the team to get in today. It's credit to all you boys. It's not to everybody. So, thanks for the game. a lot of juniors in the system and some curriculum on. It's taken a lot of years to build it and get here today. There were some hard years early on when we were running out of the job with the 13 blokes. People tried to say when we lost, we're so close that it was your year, you had the team that year, but I'll never doubt it. I always believe we'd do it one day. To all the boys here, there's a lot of boys that have been here for quite some years and felt like all that loss. Some of you have had opportunities to go elsewhere. Probably earned some money to play higher, but you didn't, you stuck here with me. And unfortunately, I think it really to do this one day and we did it, so thank you. To all the young kids coming through the grades, I look forward to seeing you blokes work your way through the grades. There's a lot of good kids coming out of the line, but nowadays, last couple of years, they're working their way up through it. I look forward to watching you go through the ranks. I love playing with you, so I don't feel that older. It is working your way up, and I'll stay here and keep taking on that end. To 90, he's been here with me for a long time. Thank you for all the efforts and giving it, giving up. Please say those. Thank you. To Brad and Buster for coming back this year. Great. Your experience, your knowledge, being around these boys, I've never been here at a time to come together in these last 4 weeks. He's a big part of that. He's both played in the grade. Brad, you've been my motivation every grade, and couldn't thank you enough to be humble enough to come back in here and help these boys. Anyone I forgot, anyone I've called up over the years to come and help me, thank you. We did it, let's go!
We've got the player in the middle, Brian Bartlett from this, come forward. Thanks for Windang. It's tough going. Talking on today, not sure listening. To West, good, great boys. Let's have fun tonight.
job is it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys got me? Beautiful. Yeah. It's cute, isn't it?
Human centipede.